Okay, so I just made a previous video regards to what's the Western and the Eastern, talking about surveillance. What's it for? Is it for minority or majority? So minority or in the marginalized group, hello. It talks about like political correctness, gender quotas, LGBT, and all the stuff. Where here is empowered the majority, as you guys know, with the social credit in China at the moment. It's authoritarian surveillance. Now, the both thing about the Western and the Eastern is surveillance, right? So we're having all these technologies: smart laundry, smart fridge, smart microphone, even our laptop. They can monitor, record our voices and things like that. But they don't tell you that. But that's why, you guys may know if iPhone is listening to you if you keep saying dog food, those videos, and come out with your advertisements for dog food, or you come out to or people just cover their or webcam cameras with blue text or things like that. And oh yeah, good one. The scanning the face thingy in Australia airport as well. But that kind of makes sense. With the Australia one, that kind of makes sense with that one. But anywho, regardless, what are we entering is either the social credit or the Western world. I'm not sure what the Western world is going to be like. I think the most important one is the. This is something that I picked it up. I reckon we are entering a game, and I'm not saying what conspiracy theory is talking, but this is okay. Bye. Um. So yeah. I think the most important one. I think what I believe what's the new world order. The life is boring. New order is making it interesting. What I believe is, in my opinion, right, is we are going to the phase of a game. What type of game? It can be any game. The best way to look into it is the sci-fi films. Whether you watch Hunger Game, whether you watch Into Time, or the new one, Alita. Alright? The Battlefield of Alita, is the one that's I call it. The Battle Angel, Alita, or perhaps what was the other film called? My favorite game. There was what was the other one? Gosh, sorry guys, I need to get that name. If I don't get that name, I'm pretty much dead. Or perhaps the 1984 video or the book, and I'm still getting it. Divergent. Divergent is another one. Insurgent as well, but I haven't watched Insurgent. I watched that Divergent. Divergent is probably the one that I felt like the Western world will play into. Now, if you haven't watched the Divergent, I highly recommend you guys to watch the first one. I haven't watched the second or third one. Now, the reason behind is because they put microchip trackers on every individuals out there, and how they put the vaccine and how the people react. And what I do see in that film resembled in the current Western world is the snowflakes, right? The liberal arts, right? And if those who are awakened are not part of it, I'm not sure what they call it. There's a word for it. If you're not one of them, if you're not cloned, or if you cannot be manipulated to one of them, and they'll figure out who it is, they'll execute you. And this is what's happening with right now with the Western world, where you're shutting down people who speaks or doesn't view exactly the same as the left ideology. You'd be labeled as a criminal or racist. if you mention the word that you go for Trump instead of Hillary, gosh, that was 2015 ago, there's a huge consequences. And very, very huge. I don't know what you guys call it. There should be a word for it. Is based on a dystopian, right? Dystopian storylines when I talk about these sci-fi films. And regardless, okay, so they're part of the Dauntless, okay. So Dauntless, there's like 4, okay, so you can be part of the 4 different worlds or tribes. One of them is Dauntless, and Tress you have to go through expose, and you cannot expose or take in custody. All you get is you get executed or you get killed. Now you're having that going through that. I don't know what is that word, because there was genocide, how they're manipulating people in how they control people, mind controlled, and control them, and how they kill people or do certain things. Right? So you have that. Now, when you have that, what is the most interesting about all these sci-fi films, whether it's Divergent, whether it's Hunger Game, whether it's in the game, in the end is Justin Timberlake is in it. Is it in the time? I think it's in the time that Justin Timberlake is in it. Is it? In Time. It's called In Time. And what the similar theme on these films is to abolish the president, right? Which is the same plot of storylines within the time. It's dystopian, science fiction film, and as well with Hunger Game and Divergent or 1984, right? You're there to wanting to take down the president or the creator, let's put it that way. Now, when you have that, it's creating a lot more going on. And I believe this is what the New World Order want us to be, or want us to do. Right? So, there you go. Here's the list. I've just typed in dystopian on Wikipedia. Okay. Here's other films, right? Darkness of Noon, 1984. I've watched that. Brave New World. Is that the... What's that? Cool. I haven't watched that. Okay. So you can be books or films. Logan Runs, The Running Man. Fahrenheit 451. Hunger Games. Divergent is part of it. Yep, I'm part of it. In Time is kind of similar. Battle Royale. Frequently Asked. So these stories, it may sound very catching. I think the most popular one out of all of them is probably Hunger Games. It has to be the Hunger Game and the 1984. The Fahrenheit 451, that's probably another one. I believe this is what they wanted to do. And whether it's a scary thing or a good thing, I guess that's life. And we're slowly submitting to it. We see what they've did, practicing that sort of the whole left and right, with the whole Hillary and Trump thing, with the whole Me Too, and the whole sexual allegation right now and the whole working nonstop and slowly replacing people with jobs with robots, where the future's more automation, AI camera, and all this stuff. I truly believe it. That's what the New World Order is about, is playing the game in the future. And it could be one of these films on the sci-fi films. And because they all got surveillance AI camera. And it's all, whether it's more tortured or more of different, depending on the game, how they play it. And it depending on suiting on different countries. Different countries on the map, they got to play differently. Not all of them is going to play the same. Now China's playing the social credit, the game right now, but the Western world is going to play differently. That's the video.